Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle bonus from CZT Angie Gittles. This is such a cool tangle. All right, starts off with an orb in the center of wherever you're going to, put your bow. Then we're going to create. This is kind of like a long flux type shape or tethered orb. I love that phrase. Actually, it looks like an exclamation mark. Okay, so that we do that first, and then what I like to do is I like to just flip it, and then I'm going to do one, on the opposite side, and then now it looks like a propeller. Oh my goodness! All right, and then we're going to add two more to each side. I haven't tried it yet doing more than the six because I just kind of like how it looks, and I'm not sure because I haven't tried it. I would probably end up trying it with eight because I personally find it easier to do you know these two opposite and then do two opposite and then subdivide versus trying to fit in. I guess because I want to make sure I'm doing the spacing right, and I just need to let go of that. That's like a Zentangle thing. It's like, don't worry about it, just do it. It's okay. And with this, yes, it's okay. If they're a little not evenly spaced, it's going to be perfectly fine. All right, next step is pick any. We're going to call them a petal for now. Pick any petal, and I'm going to utilize the takeoff and land concept. And what that is, if you don't know, is we kind of trace over, and that's the takeoff part. This is not really landing. We're landing in thin air, so it's just a takeoff. So we're gonna do like this and put a curved line starting at the base, tracing over. I just had I just had funny things going through my head. Sorry, and so I'm laughing at myself, and oh my goodness, it would be more things that would date me. But I think the album was The Great White North, and it was it Bill and Ted, the Mackenzie brothers, in The Great White North. So anyway, I'll just sit here and laugh at myself. Oh, it's just funny. All right, so on each one of these petals on the right side, and honestly, if you ended up starting it on the other side, just keep going, and then you just have to adjust, but just keep going. I don't think it matters which side that you do it on. This is just the way that the step out is. All right, then this part we're going to do a takeoff and land. So I'm going to trace. So I'm coming from this line that we just did, this curved line, and we're going to take it to the right, to that petal that's on the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm tracing over a little bit, and then we're going to do a little curvy line, like so, kind of like an M shape. So a wavy line like that, and then landing on the right side of that petal. So we'll do it again here. So I'm taking off here, curvy line, and then landing on that pedal. It just has something neatly continuous when we do that versus, I'm just going to start here and then end here. And for all of the tangles that we use this concept on, it just oddly makes a difference to do that. Like I said, I think it's it's the continuous thought or the continuousness of it that just helps. So we're going to do that for each one. Oh, and let me add this one. Let me add this also. So this curved line I did not mention. I found it was nice to get it kind of close to the same height as the petal that we're going to be aiming for in the step that we're doing right now. But even if you don't, there are some kind of course corrections you could do. So for instance, if it was too high, like this one, it's not really too high, but it's right at the place where I want it, and I don't necessarily want to go out too far. So what you can do is, since we're taking off, and then just have that curve, that first curve, happen quickly. If it was too short, kind of like that one is, then we can raise it up a little bit as we're doing that curve line. So it's just neat that you can just be able to adjust as you go, and then too, even if they're like this one is a little taller than this, and it's like it all looks okay. It doesn't matter, and that is the beauty of Zentangle number 1, and also a nicely done tangle like this one, where it doesn't matter, and you don't have to think about, oh, is this perfect? Is this lined up right? Is this gonna, is it all gonna work out like it should, so that way it'll look perfect? It's, you don't have to worry about that. It's just, do this, flux shaped petal, curve line, wavy line, boom, and it looks beautiful. And if you think about it, bows, even commercially done bows, are they absolutely perfect? No. And so I am it's one of those protesting too much, because I'm telling myself, stop worrying about it. It's all going to be lovely. All right, let me share one thing, because in some of the I know in Angie's sample work, which in the description section you will find that she did a double bow, and it's really, really neat. So let me share with you how you would do that. And we're doing good on time. Okay, so here's how you do it. If you want to do a double, and then if you want to end it up being a triple, then that's great. You can. You just would do the similar steps. So what I'm going to do is, in between each, I guess we call this the ribbon. So right here to the right of those original petals that we drew, we're going to draw another one, and you can play with the size of them. So I'm going to start there. Oops. Slowing down to be careful. Now there are a couple options you could do with this. So this is one, and then I'm going to put some in between here. But I am thinking, if you wanted to, you could do that second step, and then a third step, and have a wider bow come off the end. And I'm almost, and then with that, because I'm thinking, oh, I should just try that, and maybe I will, because I can show you what it looks like the other way. But at the same time, it's good to just actually show you versus tell. So, but I want to outline these options. You could do a big, here's your curve line, right? And then this part could go here, or, and I think that would look neat. It would be like layers of ribbon in a row. But what we're going to do is, I'm going to put, using the concept of hollow bow, so I'm just putting some curve line, because we're going to imagine, well, if I started this here, well, it would come out to be about here. But all you have to do is just do that shape up at the top, okay, in the center here of this curved line. Okay, then same thing. We're going to do the little curved line coming off the right side of all of those. So in my second option, I thought it'd be easier to get this part done, and then I can just tell you. And then this is so much fun, I'm going to go play with it. So, all right. And then same idea. We're doing this wavy line. Right. I always feeling like I don't have enough room, but as long as you leave a little bit of a gap here, you're still getting the look of that ribbon. This one, they're a little closer together, so I'm having to adjust for that, because in my hand was used to this bigger stroke, and All right, there we go. And so, see, that's neat. So here's what I was thinking. I had mentioned, doing, the curvy line over, if you wanted to make one big ribbon, and then again, it would be in a row. But what if you just put the initial shape right here in the center? Then it would alternate these, and you could still, if you wanted to do a bigger one, that could look really, really neat. So anyway, I share that as options for you. Here's some shading ideas, and if I can find my pencil, because I've got a bunch of, there we go. All right. Here's some ideas. I mean, because this is obviously, it's a ribbon, and this is, simulating a loop, going behind, then we can, I'm putting some graphite just in this top circle, because I would picture that that's where the a shadow would be if it was a real ribbon. Oops. I was getting all carried away for a minute. Okay. And then with the tortillon, I'm just going to, almost like a back and forth motion, just to spread out the graphite just a little bit, because I kind of like leaving that, this part right here with the natural tile color. And two, and I always say it, every time, if you don't want to do shading, you don't have to, but it sure does bring it to life, doesn't it? That is just amazing. And then let me do this outside. Now, normally in Zentangle, we don't worry about light source or anything. We don't, think too much about it. But sometimes things like this, and especially if you, are, more of an artist, and that's, just part of your way of thinking, of course. But normally we don't worry about it. We just kind of work to make things pop. And where the graphite, the darkness is the shadow, but also it makes it, whatever we're doing has it, recess. I say it goes down, and then if we use a highlight, it goes the opposite way, it goes up. So in my mind, you make something kind of three-dimensional from the, just from the sheet of paper, and that looks really cool, just like that. But I had seen, and I'm gonna let's see. Ooh, I had some other thoughts, but I really liked this that I saw, where they just did a little line. And, dot, or I'm actually kind of doing a little bit of a dash down this left side of the ribbon. And that just adds something really neat. And then up here we can just do, well, actually the line could go right in, because it would be going behind. Kind of do like it a little bit separated, though, just because part of me was also thinking, well, if we want to make this look bendy, I don't want to add too much graphite, because you could add the graphite to the tops of these. I don't want to do that, because I think it looks really neat the way it is, and I worry that it would make it too, like too much graphite. I just had to do. So anyway, super cool tangle. And saying today we had did a session with some of these, and so I'm just going to show you some extra fun stuff that you can do with such a neat tangle. I was if you follow me at all outside of just YouTube, we had our class today was on festive tangles, because it's middle of December. And I was killing two birds with one stone, and drawing on sugar cookies. So, there we are, a little out of focus, I think. Silly thing, autofocuses. Okay, let me. Woo! There, that seemed to help. So, when you're doing this, if you want to add in, what would be the straps of a bow, you could, in different colors. Now here, just to point out, So if you wanted to do something, and I'm sorry that it's still blurry, without doing shading, on here I used the pen to shade. And I just drew some, we call it hash marks. So I just drew some little straight lines in there to simulate shading, because that's what you would do in the old days, right? So anyway, just a really, really neat tangle. Had a lot of fun with that. Here did it in a blue and an orange, and just a lot of fun with this tangle. And if you're interested in the cookie recipe, I will put a link to the blog post where I put that information. I will put that in the description section also, because I had the information for the food writers. So these are by Wilton. That, you know, so if you too want to draw on food, you can. It's a lot of fun. All right, so with that, I gave you the information in the description section. Check it all out. If you like the video, would love to have a like, share it, and also if you liked it enough to see more, and I would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. And with that, I think that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.